And welcome back. And we are moving into our final conversation for today. We're joined by representatives of the YMCA Belize. We have with us Executive Director Clara Cuellar and volunteer Stephaun Zuniga. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, welcome.
Thank you for having us here today.
You're feeling a bit shy. We can barely hear you.
Well, it's been a while. I haven't been on the talk show, so yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you, and of course, it's a great opportunity for us to be able to put a spotlight on what has been taking place at the YMCA. You guys are on Faber's Road Extension, really working within the communities there and offering an outlet to young people. So, Clara, let's just talk about some of the regular programming that takes place at the YMCA and who your target audience is.
Well, the YMCA has always been a community and a family and youth organization. And for us, it is about offering proactive activities to young people to engage in positively. But in any family or community, there may be areas that there are some weaknesses within the community or within the family, and so we pay special attention to that. For example, literacy is a challenge at this time in Belize, so we put a lot of attention to that because that's critical to youth development. But youth development for us comes on the three main pillars: our academic enrichment, character strengthening, and leadership building. That's what we're looking at. And that's something every family wants and every family strives for. And for us, we do that within the realms of math and reading, sports, and creative arts. We have a very strong relationship with niche. We do dancing, we do singing. This summer we're doing some drama. But by bringing it directly to the community, there's more access. People don't have to take a bus or walk or figure out if they have a bike. And then the sense of ownership and belonging and the strength building of the youth. They also become role models if they are in a drama program or a music program or a sports program, and you see little children dribbling or shooting or serving. They automatically are a model just because they're doing it differently.
Now, Stephaun, tell us about when you first got involved with the YMCA.
I got involved with the YMCA in 2004, 2005. I was in primary school, standard 3 to standard 4, around that age. And I got involved through a friend. Her name is Zuniga. I wasn't that very bright, but I was getting there. And while I got to know about YMCA in my neighborhood, I began to stop by one evening, and I decided to stay and do my homework. And I realized that this can be a change for me, you know. And growing up and looking back to 2005 and 2004, I gladly appreciate, because I am the person who I am today, because without YMCA I probably won't be here. I probably be wandering the streets or doing something negative out on the streets. So going back to 2005 and thanking my friend Zuniga to get me involved in the YMCA was quite a brilliant idea for me to join.
Now, what is it like to recruit people from the area to come to the YMCA? I mean, what's your policy? Is it open door that people just come, and whether it's joining in on the remedial tutoring or whatever activities taking place there, or do you actively go out into the community and seek the young people so that they can come and participate?
It's a combination.
It's
there is an open door policy. You can come in for whatever reason. And at the time Stephaun joined, youths would walk by and they see activity and they become curious and they come in and you invite them in. So that's one. The young people themselves get to like it. He was brought by a friend, but he has brought people himself. And we also reach out to our primary schools. We have a very strong relationship with Sister Clara Mohammed up the street. We have a strong relationship with St. John Vianney. we have strong relationships with human services, so they can recommend young people in the neighborhood. It's always challenging for human services or niche other networking organization to recommend children who are 2 bus away. That's our challenge. But we don't concern ourselves too much because we know we have enough children in our community. When we are moving around in the community, we'd see people we know, we talk to them about the program and we invite their children. We think that cross-section of children at different levels of needs and levels of desires in terms of what they're looking for at the Y makes for a better team because there are different talents in the group. We have never targeted just male or just female. It has always worked out to be right around 50-50%, which is what the community is. Now, we may have a lower age set of children that are mostly boys one year, and then the same class next year is mostly girls, but it levels out. We also get people asking the teachers, the retired teachers that are in the program, or asking the parents, and people do seek help for children who aren't strong in reading. But they don't stay because of the academics alone. Children don't want to go from school to school. They stay because of the community and family atmosphere, I believe.
Well, that's a great question for you, Stephaun. I'm sorry, I was calling you Steven. About being at the YMCA made you want to stick around for the additional years that you did?
Well, being around YMCA the first year I started was quite enjoyable. I went to places that I never went to, traveled to Belize. Even in Miss Cuellar and the retired teachers interact with us, you know, have a one-on-one with us and explain to us what our future could be like if we stick around and know what we're supposed to be doing in the classroom and out of classroom. And also they have the interaction with our parents, you know. My mom stick it out with us and Miss Clara since 2005, and up to now we are still supporting YMCA. She saw the success that the Y have brought out from many students like myself, graduated from primary school to high school, even to the University of Belize. And the success that I see them as a role model to myself. So I'm trying to walk into their footsteps, and Ms. Clara is leading me, to that path whereby I can get my degree and become a successful teacher that I always wanted to be.
So you're called now to the teaching profession?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. So we have the remedial tutoring that takes place, and it focuses on reading, math, and just doing homework after school. Now, Clara, I started off the conversation saying that you are within the community, and that's a unique quality of YMCA itself. You are literally right in a neighborhood that we know that you're needed. There isn't anything else taking place around. When we talk about intervention programs and working with young people from vulnerable communities, we don't always hear from YMCA, but you've been functioning for a very long time. What do you think has been a part of the appeal and success of the YMCA in getting young people from this vulnerable community involved and staying involved as well, and being put on an alternative path compared to what they would have taken before?
Well, my humor would be because we are under the radar. Well, we don't raise families in public eyes. It's challenging for the youth. But I think that's only part of it. But we take a family approach. We genuinely take a family approach. And so the family approach, as the YMCA motto is spirit, mind, and body. And so we engage in a lot of caring relationship. Character building or character strengthening, as we talk about, is critical to us. We had a conversation when we got the call to come and talk about what the significant things we thought we were doing better. Last night we sat right in the lobby at the Y and discussed with some of other young people who are present there and those who have left that came by. I asked to come by. And we talked about how differently they would do their families based on what they have learned at the Y. And I think maybe we should let Stephaun talk about that a little. But for me, from the administrative level, the networking is key. There are so many Belizeans who really want to help. We grew up in a society, as you heard from the women before, where reaching out and assisting is important. So many people couldn't go to school. In my family history, you know, the significance of the community, the church, in making sure young men and women did well in school, both on my mother's and father's side, was so critical. The formation of their character, the laying down of hope. As we saw on a school at Sokots when we went just a few weeks ago, you know, hopes work only when we work. So the people at the Y, staff and volunteers, work extremely hard to build new hope. And so this summer or any other time, the challenge for children is we don't just play. And even when we play, we don't just play. If we're going to do basketball, you have to score. You have to pass well, you have to dribble with your head up, you have to have good team.
You have to learn the skills.
Emotional control. But we do seek to teach young people these things through activity, and we are a year long. Stephaun is now 21, and he's been there since before he was 10. And we have that kind of relationship because it takes years to raise children. But we're very grateful and to all the networking we have. Niche is a great partner of ours. Human services, education, the ministry as well as the individual schools. We can call on the literacy unit and said, could you check what we're doing in terms of this design, or could you help us design? Likewise with sports, I mean, that's my area, but I still reach out a lot and I'd get meetings. Right now we're fundraising to build a double court, and having a vision is very important and going far, because when Stephaun comes back and look at the high schoolers here and talk to them, he can speak, as we would say, from the bottom of the river and tell them, he's honest. He will tell them, I didn't like it. You know, as we say, I want a mad stare, I want to catch feelings. But he is now working. He is out there. He's an example. And Shanika is working with us at the Y. So young people, as they'll tell you, need the basics of security and love and family. And I think we give all of that through the feeding program. We assist. So
you have, let's go through the list of programs that you have ongoing at this time. You have a feeding program, and these are your own. Feeding program, a homework program that people go there and do their homework, and then you have specialized subjects as well.
Yes.
All right, so you do math and?
Reading or language arts, and we specialize in literacy, no more than 5 children in the with a trained teacher at a time, and that's through the assistance of the YCT program. We have basketball, we have dance, we have music, we have drama, we do volleyball as well. We do computers, and we're always tailoring things for the teens. We do graphic design, and we do a lot of computer teaching. Our young people at the high school level are pretty literate. They have to learn PowerPoint in first form. They project presentation, and we do a lot of the home assistance. I look at it more like if your niece and nephew would come to your home, you provide the printing, the project covers, somebody to help them. The teacher at the high school level is editing, helping to make sure the quality of work is high. And the feeding program, this is just it. We really interconnect. A lot of people talk about a comprehensive, integrated program. I think that is our success. We've heard a lot about it, and we've done it. We've designed it. Children in the beginning would come just because they want to eat, not because they want homework. Some children. And the teachers would say, okay, so let's do some homework first, then you eat. And then we said, no, just feed them. They need the energy. But now they just see it as part of what we do, and in some ways they take it for granted, and that's good. Children should take those things for granted. We do other things like make chessboards, we do games, we still play, we have little campfires now and again, play marble. We have a kite program every year. We're making kites for the children. So literally, as he said, in terms of trips, it's building experiences at the Y. I think that we have more pictures of our young people than any of their families put together.
And do you have a set group of children who come, or it changes based on whatever activity that you're talking about?
Well, to be honest, we have students that coming from first year, they really like the program, and like myself, don't want to stop. Come to straight to a teenager, into a youth, into an adult, and doesn't want to stop. Why? I think that the love is there for us with the Miss Cuellar and the staff at the YMCA. It just we don't really want to stop. So year by year, students don't stop. We have more coming in, and if some do go, it's because of the year that they're going to move in. So it's going to be ram jam when we have our classes coming September, because we have more people coming in. So Ms. Clara, I hope you're ready for those.
Well, I was about to say, now people in the neighborhood are saying, you know, when school starts, you're going to go there. But they don't even have to wait for school to start. You have summer programs as well. Tell us about your summer programs that you have this year. You usually have swimming. That's usually one of your staple.
We have a premier swimming program, and I think on Facebook this week we're being up our instructors because to see young people move so quickly through a 3-week program and advance in their skills. So check us out on Facebook. Give gratitude to the instructors. Parents, I know, really appreciate the patience, the humor, and the ability for them to be able to instruct. That is what we have. We blend those things together. What the success of that is because we deal with small group. We're never on a basketball court. We don't have 30 people. We have 10 to 12 and 2 instructors, and so we have a great time, lots of ball. And what we do in terms of summer program is the same things. We would add some additional stuff. The drama is a blast this summer. I want to thank Nitch. I want to thank Ms. Swayze and YCT that's helping to fund that program. And the high schoolers are doing the drama, and they have some monologues today.
So when are we going to see the presentations of this drama class? Stephaun, did you do drama? Are we going to get a monologue here?
No, ma'am.
he did music and ended
up. He did music
and ended up in
Pandemonium.
So then we follow him. So then we go and follow him because he's in Pandemonium.
So you need a YMCA Steel Pan group now?
Getting there.
All right, that's on the list.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely.
So it's keeping young children and young people engaged in whatever interests them and in a positive way.
Right.
Let's talk sustainability, because there are so many programs across the city, and I think oftentimes some are able to get financed easier than others. It depends on where they usually get funds from. How do you keep everything going at the Y for such a long time?
God's grace, and that's genuine. And all our folks who donate, small and big. When you're building family, I think the root of it is to remember the commitment and the love. And so we get that in our staff team. We try to build team. And so when money is not available, we have to have faith and do what we do well. I mean, our cook is great, Miss Laverne. She will cook, and you know, we try to teach our families that buying food is expensive. We cook, we bake. She bakes almost every day. Bread, bun, Johnny cake, powder bun, and that keeps the cost of the meals down. We're thankful to donors to that program as well. So we do have small donors as well as bigger donors. And once you get a paid teacher in a classroom, they're going to figure out how to do the rest in terms of math and reading. And these are women, in our case, mostly women who have been doing it for years. When we get donations, we had a coach, Mr. Norales, for a few months with us. All his friends got to love what he was doing, and they just bring, because we can't find small balls in Belize, so they'd bring him 2 or 3 or 4, and you take care of things. So
Yeah.
we like to say it's an old school, new school. We have to use the technology, the websites to write grants, write sponsorship. We need to come out and talk about the program for the importance of the community to know. But most of all, it's sustained on that concept that as a family, you work hard, you love a lot, and you pray a lot. And I like to say when you pray a lot and you work hard, more work comes, because you get gifts and then you have to work to make sure you continue with them. Let me say that, as he said, we are sometimes impacted by youths who have to move for tragedy, physically move from out of our neighborhood. Yesterday I had the joy of being by the Radisson, and a young man walked past me and just said, "Hello, Miss Square," and I turned around and he said, "Give me a hug." And he's a young man, and I said, "Moses," you know. Anyway, I remembered him, and he's baking now. He's baking croissants. He had to leave our program, right? And so those are the things that continue to give us hope. Our teachers have that. Our teachers still use as much as we provide all the materials, we believe they shouldn't fundraise, so they don't have to. They still get on the phone. The contact with parents, the support with parents. When we work together, it works better for the children. And I think that's the biggest message we try to give the people coming up. We try to talk to them about the sustainability will be that we should not have to raise his family.
Yeah. Well, and the services that you offer throughout the course of the year, do those come at a cost for the children or the young people?
No.
Okay.
There's no
But
cost.
your summer programs, there is a cost involved.
I think 5% of our people in the summer pay for the summer school, and that's fine.
Yeah.
The swimming program is a fundraiser. We thank Radisson for their donation. We thank the parents of our young instructors who are donating their time. So that's a big fundraiser for us every summer. The swim program can help to offset the other programs. But in the summer, only about 2 to 5% pay. It's never a priority in our school program to have funding. It is tailored at our children. But you find we have families, because we don't put up a big sign on charge, we can tell the relationship. So if we need a donation from that family, they'll turn around and give it to us for those who can.
Yeah. So I asked that question just so if anybody's watching and thinking of being able to have their child access the services, that they can just go. They can just show up there and talk to you and see how they can get involved. All right. And Stephaun, what do you say to other young people, those who are old enough to make a decision on their own to come to the Y, about being a part of this institution and helping out and benefiting from it as well?
Well, to all young persons or adults out there who want to make a change or don't have anything to do, you can walk by at the YMCA, because we have kids, children who will look at us as a role model, and they will one day want to follow us in our footsteps. And it will benefit you, because you will see the transition from when they were younger to growing up, to see the different challenges that they face, and they continued leading to the right path that you had led them to. So for me, I find it very joyful for myself, because so many of the young persons that I have spoken to when I was going into high school and first graduated, I see them as I inspired by them, because they always told me, remember that talk we used to have when you start about high school and Miss Cuellar and the YMCA. Now I feel that benefit me, because I went into the workplace, I know how to dress, know how to speak, know how to carry myself as a young person. So come on down to YMCA and give up your volunteer. It will be free of cost, and we'll be glad to have you there.
All right. And of course, YMCA is located on Forbes Road Extension. It's hard to miss once you're on Forbes Road, but it's nearer to the end if you're going out to the Western Highway on the right.
That is right.
Okay. Thank you so much for stopping in. Anything else you'd like to share with the public before we close off?
Well, I want to say thanks to all the families that entrust their children to us. Thanks to all the donors, and thanks to all the hardworking volunteers this summer. We have a team of very young high schoolers assisting in the school program as well as the swimming program. So thanks to everyone, and let's keep families strong. That's what we believe in, build strong young people, families, and communities.
All right. Well, thank you both for stopping in. We're going to go ahead and take our final break now, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap-up, so stay tuned.